I'm an agent of chaos. And here we go.
What's the hubbub? Supergirl is looking to get away from the girl boss cliché. It is a departure from how some feel. Disney, in particular, has typically handled female-led films.
It seems like that era might be coming to an end, as it seems that Hollywood has to finally contend that the way that these female characters were being promoted was anti the audience. No one liked these characters and they weren't working. So some movies this year went through some reworks in response to that. For example, Snow White was reworked in order so that Snow White would get a love interest this time. It was clearly edited into the film, even though it was way too late for that and it came off as shoehorned. But another film that was heavily reworked this year by Disney was Fantastic Four. For those who don't know, they were really playing up in the marketing that it was going to explore gender dynamics, that Sue Storm was going to be the central character, and there was going to be those kinds of elements in the film with her really pushed to the forefront. But the final film really didn't seem like that at all. She gets this big moment at the end where she is the one who sacrifices herself and saves the day, which was not built up in the final cut at all. But the original version, we do have confirmed there were scenes that were playing her up, her role in this world a lot more, that were cut from the film. So I do think that Hollywood is having a reaction to this stuff, and Disney has a reaction to this stuff, and they are sort of in a tailspin trying to correct all these female characters.
During a discussion with Supergirl star Milly Alcock and director Craig Gillespie, all three emphasized that this version of Kara Zor-El will break from the traditionally polished portrayal of female superheroes. Gunn cited Iron Man's Tony Stark as a benchmark. During the event, Alcock stated, "I think that what Supergirl represents for young women, especially, is that you can be flawed, that you can be openly, and you don't have to be perfect in order to come to some internal self-resolution. I think that we're kind of thrusted upon this narrative, especially women, that you have to be perfect in every aspect of your life. And I think that Kara is someone who so beautifully leans into her flaws, and I think that's really special." Gunn immediately echoed that sentiment, noting how rare that approach has historically been for female superheroes, especially when compared to their male counterparts. Yeah, I agree with you. That's really what spoke to me both in the book and on a script, is that a lot of times, for some reason, our female superhero leads are just so much more perfect than our male. Tony Stark and Star-Lord are such messes, and yet that isn't always the same thing for our female superhero leads, and seeing somebody who was just so imperfect and such a mess, but just really a beautiful soul.
What I loved about the script that Anna wrote and what you guys were supporting is she's got a lot of baggage and a lot of demons coming into this, which is very different than where Superman is in his life. And having Milly be able to come in and play that, it's like, and all the complexity of that, and do it in a very human way.
By directly name-checking Iron Man's Tony Stark and Guardians of the Galaxy's Star-Lord.
All right, just get over here, please. Mr. Lord, can you get your folks to circle up?
Mr. Lord. Star-Lord is fine.
We gotta coalesce. Because if all we come at him with is a plucky attitude...
Dude, don't call us plucky. We don't know what it means. All right, we're optimistic, yes. I like your plan, except it sucks, so let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Tell him about the dance-off to save the universe.
What dance-off?
It's not.
Like in Footloose, the movie?
Exactly like Footloose. Is it still the greatest movie in history?
It never was.
Don't encourage this, all right? We're getting no help from Flash Gordon here.
Flash Gordon? By the way, that's a compliment. Don't forget, I'm half human, so that 50% of me that's stupid, that's 100% you.
Gunn positioned Supergirl alongside two of the MCU's most beloved flawed heroes, Stark and Star-Lord's emotional baggage and poor decision-making, and added extra layers to their characterizations and making them feel complex yet self-destructive, traits audiences latched onto and identified with. Gillespie added that Supergirl's messiness is deeply rooted in her personal history. and an understandable mess of that. She's got some serious baggage that she's dealing with. Later in the press event, Gunn was asked a question that further clarified how Supergirl will stand apart in the burgeoning DCU. Gunn, totally, yes, that was what excited me. So guys, Sensor Scene in Spain wants to know, for Craig, what defines Supergirl as a unique hero? Gillespie, I think it's the fact that she's an anti-hero. What I loved in the story is she doesn't want the role. When we meet her, she's in a very hard way running away from it and in her own space, and she gets dragged very reluctantly into the world of having to be a superhero. The way she handles that, the way that she deals with it, and the way that she finds herself through that story is really fascinating. And it's incomplete, which I love as well. That sense of incompleteness is a sharp contrast to Superman's traditionally confident moral clarity, reinforcing Gunn's earlier comments about allowing Supergirl to be messy, resistant, and emotionally unresolved.
Imperfect. You know, like male superheroes have been allowed to be for a while. And I was excited about doing it, and I said, you know who would be great? This is totally true. I remember on the phone saying, you know who would be great as Supergirl? That little girl from House of... Are you watching House of the Dragon? That little girl, that little tiny kid from... that little miniature human being from House of the Dragon. Yeah. I think she's really got something special about her. And then, you know, whatever it was, a year and a half, 2 years later, to have you come in and audition for the role in the way you did was just incredible. And I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I really am. I mean, it's so, I can't wait. The thing I'm the most excited for you guys to see is her. She's so good in the movie and really has this swagger that is so different from you. I love it. Which I think you can see in the movie.
You can, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I can't wait for you guys to get to see this movie, and I can't wait for you to get to know this character and get to see Craig's work in a completely different way than the stuff he's done before, and see a DCU movie that's different from anything that's, you know, that we've done so far. From the beginning, we said this is a story-based medium. We want stories to be in theaters that are cool and different from each other. And this movie, I think, as you can see, is not exactly just a female clone of Superman. It's its own thing entirely. Yeah. And with a character who is equally worthy of this treatment. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. You guys have anything else you want to say?
Nope.
No, I appreciate that. It's like when we came in and James was in the middle of shooting Superman when I met on this, and I said, how much do you want us to tie into what you're doing? And he's like, I want to treat this like the comic book world, where there's each one is its own graphic novel with its own artists and its own story writers, and this is your vision of it. And you can do what, you know, take that and do what you want with it. And it was so liberating to hear that and be supported with that, like, throughout. So I really appreciated it. That's all I need.
Thank you guys for being here.
So, what do you guys think about the Supergirl movie? Breaking away from the conventional girl-bossed characterization that's been a staple of female-led films?
The past decade or so just isn't working, no matter how much money they throw at it. That you can't make every movie appeal to every person. That trying to attract female audiences into a male-dominated genre with clumsy pandering doesn't work and never will work. In the words of Nerdrotic, all they're doing is taking boy brands that everyone could enjoy and turning them into girl brands that no one enjoys.
They're trying to turn them into girl brands. It's not happening and no one enjoys it. To be more specific.
So what exactly can we expect now that the pendulum's starting to swing the other way? And more importantly, what do we want to see moving forwards? Well, believe it or not, I don't think...
I want things to all go back to before Captain Marvel. That's what I want. I want that for all entertainment, for it to all go back to before Captain Marvel. Because we had Infinity War, right? Boom. But then they put that girl boss BS in Endgame.
Let me know in the comments below. Personally, I felt Jester actually made a fair point that a shift is in the process of happening. What's different to me is with Supergirl, it's not something they are having to go back and edit frantically away from the original idea. They are characterizing her from the inception of the movie in adapting it from the original Woman of Tomorrow's storyline. She's not said to be a clone of Clark Kent, the female version. It's going to be her own persona and film. With that, it's today's Hubbub. Make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell so I can keep you in the loop of my next video uploads. Also, please share the YouTube link on your favorite social media groups. Remember, no Snyderverse, no problem. Wallets remain open. Look up, not back, as the DCU continues to soar.